We have the title and everything correct, right?
Yeah, I changed it earlier.
Alright.
Let me just confirm that we're live and then we can start.
There we go, streams up.
Just speak for audio. Alright, audio's fine. So, hello everyone and welcome to WOR World on It Racing Season 13 Xbox Stair Raid Round 1 at Austria. Today we have Synonymous joining me alongside your commentator Simply Whitey, which is me. This is the both of ours first time commentating at WOR, so this is going to be a fun experience. Welcome Synonymous.
Hello everyone. Happy to be alongside you, Simply, and hoping for a great season. Great race to kick off the new season.
Certainly. So, since the both of us are fairly new faces in WOR, we'll be introducing ourselves, I guess. I'm Simply Whitey. I've been doing league races for about 2 years now. I've been commentating in leagues for about a year now, and yeah, thanks WOR for giving me this opportunity for streaming here. And Synonymous, you could introduce yourself now.
So I've been league racing for about 3 years now. Starting to recently take commentating more seriously. Thank you WOR for giving me a huge opportunity. It's a great league, and I hope to give back a great commentary for you guys to enjoy.
Certainly. We'll try our best to provide you the best commentary over the best racing, of course. And before we get started, are there any familiar faces for you, Synonymous, in the grid in front of you?
So let's get started. I'd say Last Crack, SHZ, Josh I've seen in quite a few leagues. I think Jensen, it sounds very familiar. Other than that, Ginger Ninja, I know him very well. Me and him league race every Monday, so he's a familiar one. He's got a great pace.
Interesting. So I guess he'll be one of the people to look out for then. In terms of me personally, I know SHZ, Josh. I know the Pro YT, who's in the AlphaTauri. So essentially, I know the AlphaTauri team and only the AlphaTauri team. I race with Pre in a league on Thursdays, and looks like we're getting started here. Our drives are just riding up right now. So this is going to be interesting to see what type of weather we have. What sorts of racing we'll be able to see today. We just wait for us to load in. Also, for the people who are curious, I am from India. Yeah. And I'm not sure where Synonymous is from.
I am American, actually.
American, okay, interesting. Where in America?
The south part, actually like 3 hours away from Coda.
Okay, interesting. That's quite nice, and we're just loading into the lobby right now. Yeah, that'll be us loading it. I'm basically clueless because this is the first time I've commentating over these guys. But yeah, apologies for any rustiness. Once we move along more into the season, we'll of course have a lot more to talk about than currently, since it's just the round 1. Things are just getting started. Drivers are gonna warm up their skills. I hope all of the drivers have practiced a bit at least, to not stay rusty. Of course, I mean, a few leagues have already started before WR. I'm pretty sure drivers are taking part in those, so yeah, we'll see which driver is up to the pace after the recent performance patch of these cars as well. Floated in. Alright, this is the first qualifying of Season 13 for WOR Xbox Stair Raid. Let's see. Let's enable a couple of things right here. Don't mind me.
Yeah, as of right now, we won't know anyone's pace, so everything will be a
Certainly.
surprise, a shock. We might see some dark horses. Who knows?
Certainly. I already see Hado's Haas coming out of the pits right here. The first car out of the pits. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Of course, everyone is on softs. For the people who are unaware, there is no um, tire regulation as to where you have to start on the qualifying tire as per real life. We see a McLaren as well as a Ferrari coming out right now, an Alfa Romeo. Ginger Ninjas out of the pits. There's a couple Red Bulls, of course. Hado's out. Benny is coming out right now. Hugo, I think I have heard of Hugo before, actually. We have a Crack coming out right now. Hitman. Essentially, everyone's coming out of the pits right now to get that initial first runs in. So, just based off of this current grid that you see, who do you think might be a pole contender here?
Well, it is tough to say, but honestly, my money's on Ginger Ninja.
Fair enough, because you have some racing experience with him, so I'm pretty sure you would know
He is.
what his pace is like.
Yes, exactly. He's tier 1 in the league we race together in. Very, very big contender. He's actually leading the championship in that league, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'll of course place my bets on Pre the Pro because I know his race pace, and he's certainly, I'd say, on par or faster than me in a couple of tracks. So yeah, we'll see where he ends up. On board right now with Hado, the Haas of Hado, coming into Sector 2, midway through Sector 2. Locks up a bit there, going through turn 4, and might be slightly blocked by the Williams there, but I don't think that should matter since it's an initial run anyways. It says the first purple second sector actually. There's yellow flags in turn 1, but we'll stay on board with the Haas, seeing where he ends up. I mean, of course he's gonna end up on pole, but we need to look at his times to see how competitive they are, obviously. Turns on the DRS, going across the line, sets 1:5.187. Not an initial bad luck. What do you say?
I've known people to sort of easily get into the 104s. Maybe this was just a banker lap for now. I expect these times to very much improve from a 105.1, but who knows? It's tier 8, and who knows really? We'll see.
Certainly, and as we can see right here, Benny actually beats the fastest lap by just about a tenth here. Sets a 1:05.0, and as I say that, Lasse Crack beats the lap again by just about 200ths right here with the 1:05.046. Of course, he has just banker laps, and we do expect faster laps as we move on into the session. We'll just quickly fill out the grid behind. Nicky in the McLaren sets a 1:05.1, placing him to provisional P4. There's Jensen in the Aston Martin in P5, Tree the Pro in P6, WR Button in P7, Punarshi in P9. Someone's moved up. That's Chris Macca-Jones currently in P6, the Mercedes of Chris Macca-Jones. Thomas P10, Predator Red now in P10, the Aston Martin. Thomas P11, Ginger Ninja P12, XD Hugo. Looks like he messed up somewhere in his lap, hence the lap time. Pretty sure he'll be cooling down his tires, recharging his batteries, and then going again. SHZ Josh on a lap still.
The Alfa Romeo Vince David, purple through sector 2.
Purple through sector 2 wins David. We are on board him right now, so let's see where does he end up as long as he doesn't invalidate, and that is, I guess he didn't want to finish the lap. Maybe he messed up somewhere, and it could just be a false purple sector 2, as this game likes to show sometimes. Mods, I'll just call him Mods, he's invalidated his lap in the Williams. RRL Hitman purple through sector 1, going through sector 2 right now in the Red Bull. Let's see, into turn 4. That's a pretty good line into turn 4 from Hitman. Of course, these corners are very tricky since you have to absolutely nail them. Make sure you're not going off wide over the track or not bottoming out on the curb, since that could absolutely ruin your lap. Takes a bit of the curb and he goes off spins, but manages to save it, so he doesn't DNF. Doesn't have damage either, so he could finish this lap, but I don't think he will be. I think he'll just go back into the pits. Let's see the rest. The only people who are yet to set a time is Vince David, Mods, Hitman, who we were just on board with, and Alex, who's still in the pits. And let's see, Mods is going for another lap right here. Interesting. I mean, these are looking like solid banker laps to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure these guys are going to go faster. Of course, we do not have the weather conditions, so what do you think? Is the race dry or wet?
Well, I mean, at the moment, looks like it's going to be a dry qualifying for the race. It's pretty hard to tell. In these lobbies, you know, you can go from plain dry track to full wet. It's very hard to determine, really, and very excited to see the weather conditions for the race. It could be very tricky.
Yes, certainly. I mean, if it's wet here, then I think it's going to get a lot more tricky for the drivers, especially through those double left-handers in Sector 2. His Mods going across the line. Goes the fastest, the first driver into the 104s, 104.913. Wow. He says that is a time that these drivers are, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to beat it.
Very,
excuse
very
me.
impressive.
Certainly, I mean, it's a good lap considering this is his second lap only. I'm pretty sure it's still a banker lap.
Yep, so we have Nicky up on this time right now, going through Rent. Out of the last curve.
Nicky right.
Oh, but he spins.
Oh, and he spins!
Luckily
Looks
saves
like
it,
the
though.
commentator's curse is present fully with Nicky today. That's unfortunate. I think he was about 2.5 tenths up on his lap, so that's not good for him. But of course, there's 10 minutes left in the session. He can, of course, just go back into the pits, change the set of tires, and then come out again. The pressure. Looks like these drivers are looking to do, I think, 2 or 3 runs since a lot of them are out. Right now, setting faster laps again. We'll see. Keep updating me on if you see any driver who's crossing the line or is in like the 3rd sector or something. It'll be great help. Synonymous. And there's yellow flags in sector 1. I think that's a Ferrari.
Just getting out of the way there, yeah.
Yeah, Hugo getting out of the way there for someone. Yeah, everyone's out again.
Oh, Benny 86 with a spin.
Except for Lewis. Sorry?
Benny 86 with a spin in the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, let's go and vote him then. And he's still spinning. Of course, these tires are certainly dead.
Whoa.
X Jensen goes faster by 2 tenths from Mods. That's a 104.7. Of course, the track evolution is coming into play now. What do you think will be the target pole lap time here? I'm guessing something around the 4 flats.
With track evolution, I'm thinking when it gets down to 0 seconds left in this quality, when people are on their laps, I think it's going to go to maybe a 4.1, 4.2. 4 flat is it's a big task to ask. But it's not impossible, I'll tell you that.
Certainly. I mean, I think these drivers could also, maybe someone could absolutely nail a lap and break into the 3s. Perhaps, but we'll have to see. Pre the Pro has invalidated his lap. Archie going into turn 4. Predator just starting another lap of his. RRL Hitman goes the second fastest for the 4. 795. Again, these drivers are fairly close to each other. So we're not going to be seeing that much of a field spread, I believe, in the race. Hopefully there's not much of a field spread in the race. But yeah, here's Josh coming out of turn 4, turn 5 now. Locks up slightly the front left, which has caused him to, not take a proper line. Goes off slightly wide. Still in 6th. coming through the final sector now. And he's decided to pull off into the pits. I think that lockup ruined his lap for sure. Hugo moves up into P15. 5430. Apologies for the voice crack. Change a Ninja. Here we can see on board. I think, yeah, he's messed up his lap as well. He's pulling into the pits. So a few drivers do succeed in setting, faster times. Although Mods right now sets the fastest first sector. Let's say on board him, a little bit loose on the exit right here, as we can see, getting somewhat of a slipstream from Ferrari. Turn 4 nails the corner. Let's see. 5 turn 6 absolutely nails these sets of corners as well. Very good on the exit, early on the power. The earlier you can get on the power here, the better, but of course you have to make sure you don't understeer off onto the curbs, because that could really put you off and even cause you to spin. In my opinion, this is an absolute perfect lap. I think this will be a pole lap right here, a provisional pole lap. Let's see. Yeah,
and it
is 104.6. Again, apologies for the voice crack. I am in India, as I said, so it is quite late in the night. These are not intentional, but yeah, that was a very good lap from Mods.
Nicky in the McLaren, 2.5 tenths up.
Nicky in the McLaren again, 2.5 tenths up. Let's hope we haven't cost him now. Let's see, coming through the final corner, seems to be holding it. No invalidations, comes across the line.
P3.
P3 with a 104.7. Yeah, that's not a bad lap time at all. I'm pretty sure he can improve somewhere in that lap time, but yeah, it's still not a bad lap time at all.
It's like the top 8 or, well, top 10 are very close together, actually.
Yeah, certainly.
Which is exactly what we want to see.
Definitely, all of them are within about 4 tenths of each other, so that's a very good sign. I mean, the whole field right now is about a second within each other, so that's definitely something we do want to see. Closer racing every time. And let's just say SHZ Josh coming out of the pits right now. Again, I think these will be the final runs for the drivers, unless they plan on using all 4 sets of tires. I mean, I haven't seen anyone so far use all 4 sets of softs in quali, but I guess if the drivers feel that it is the optimal tire strategy, I think they will be going for it.
Yeah, and Button out of the final corner, he was 2 tenths up on his lap. DRS open, across the finish line, P8, right alongside his Mercedes teammate Chris Macca-Jones.
Definitely, both of the Mercedes being close to each other is definitely going to help them out a lot in terms of scoring a lot of points for the constructors, because they can obviously work each other, and considering that the gap between the drivers is fairly low, it's not gonna. I think it's gonna work out well for them as long as your teams are close to each other. Unless they don't plan on following team orders as such and just plan to race as a sole driver themselves, that could also be interesting to see. But it will cost them a lot of constructor points, so it'll be interesting to see what approach they take.
The McLaren duo looked to be pretty feisty as well, just 2 tenths separating them, which is pretty crazy. 3rd and 9th, only 2 tenths separating them both.
Certainly, I think, yeah, I mean, as long as you have, I believe, a teammate in top 10, I think it's really
look at this. Alfa Romeo teamwork at its finest, giving the slipstream to his teammate.
Let's see, yeah, I mean...
Vince David on a lap right here.
Yep, and Benny is just weaving to heat his tires up, although let's go on to David. Let's go on with David since he's on the lap. Fastest through the 2nd sector. Although I believe that was taken away by someone, unless it was just a glitch. Coming into the final set of corners here, takes this one probably.
A little bit wide there.
Doesn't really go down to the curb. Takes a bit of that curb. That will slow him down a bit, though. Turns on the DRS, goes across the line, up into P4. Improves by about a tenth. I think he has at least another half a tenth in that lap. So that could, of course, in such a close field, it's really going to help him out. Whatever time gain he could get, it's really going to help him out here.
It's a decent lap from Vince. Very well to get himself into the top 4. Alex VSF1. He is 500s off his time, but hopefully he can make up the time through these last 2 turns. Out of the final turn, DRS open. And he improves by
Does
400s.
Yeah, but it's not enough to
It's
improve,
not enough.
improve on a position. He certainly has the option to cool down his tires, recharge his battery and go again. Unless he only fueled for 1 lap, then he's kind of messed up here, since that certainly wasn't the lap he was expecting, that's for sure.
Such a close spread between these drivers, and it just adds more suspense to who's going to get on pole. We really don't know. Mods at the moment is 900ths of a second in the lead, but it's tough to say at this point.
Definitely, as we're on board Hado again, who has an invalidated lap, but he'll be going again. He's recharged his batteries, cooled his tires down. Let's see, the pro weaving, get some temps. So is Josh. Here comes Predator across the line, improves by 2.5 tenths. Although someone's jumped them and they've been pushed back, so I think Predator certainly does have enough time to cool down and go for another lap, but then again he can't be slacking around, he has to be slightly quick about it.
Yep,
Let's see, it is... Yeah,
sorry.
Go on.
I'm not sure if Nicky's on a lap here. No, he's not. Okay, sorry. You can go ahead.
I mean, I didn't have anything important to say, but yeah, both the Mercedes are on an outlap. They seem to be, quite close to each other. They might help each other give slipstream. Although Toon Archie has now retired. Let's see, where has he gone off? Can we see his retired car? Oh no, he's retired in the pits. Okay. Well, I think he's confident
good play from him.
He's not going to improve.
Last crack, 2 tenths up, so he has a chance at pole here.
Let's see. Let's go on board him.
Nails that turn. Hit the apex down the final turn. Beautiful. DRS open. This looks like a good lap. P2.
Ooh,
into the 104.6s.
300s off. Can some driver like Moz?
Oh, but he spins.
They'll be breaking into.
Luckily saves it. But a little bit of a moment there from him.
Oh, Jensen goes fastest. 104.5. Although Mods is on the lap right now, let's stay on board him. Don't mind interrupting me to fill out any other places below. Mods currently 300s down his fastest lap. He'll need to be improving at least a 10th here on this lap to get pole. That's qualifying over for you guys over here in Tier 8 of Xbox. We're still on board Mods SC Boy because he is a solid pole contender on fresh set of softs coming through these set of corners. I think these are very good lines he's taking through here, but then of course goes purple through the second sector. Will he be on pole? He has to absolutely nail these 2 final corners. I mean, he nails that corner. Coming to the final corner, will he take this properly? I'm not sure if that's an improvement or not, but it certainly was clean. Goes across the line and he is on pole.
Incredible. That's a great lap.
That was a very, very good lap from Moz. Selassie Crack pulls off into the pits. And that is qualifying over for you for Tier 8 here today.
I mean, wow. Incredible laps from the top 3. I mean, we sort of know who's the quick ones of the bunch out of round 1, but of course, who knows? There could definitely be some dark horses here and there.
Yeah, but
this track may just suit a few people just better. Who knows? But we definitely know who's got the pace coming into the race.
Certainly, and I think the race will be here if they continue follow such a pace. I think the race will be really, really interesting to commentate over as well as watch.
It looks a little grey in the clouds, so who knows? That might be a sign of rain.
Maybe it is a wet race, and this is your finishing order. Mods Boys on pole, followed by Jensen in the Aston Martin, Crack, Benny, Nicky, In the McLaren, Vince David, RRL Hitman, Chris Macajones, WR Button, Alex, Hero, Toon, Pre the Pro, Hugo, Predator, Josh, Thomas, Ginger Ninja finishes the great right here. Let's quickly go to the race directory in case any driver needs this, just to be on the safer side. Right, that's qualifying over. Now we wait to load in. And there's a few people in our chat over here. I'm not sure what they're talking about, so I'm not gonna comment on that. And it does look, and I'm just looking back at the stream right now, and it did look like it was raining at the end of it after the session was over, so perhaps it could be a wet race. And
Well,
we are
if that's the
loading in now,
case,
so
it's
we'll
going to come
see.
down to a handful of skill. Oh no,
Oh,
looks
it
dry.
looks like a dry race. Unless it transitions off into the wet, we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. Just waiting for everyone's game to load in.
Game to load in for them to set up their, do any setup changes if required. You know, if they need to change the fuel, the strategy, whatever they want to input in. Of course, they get a minute here to do so.
Formation lap is turned off, correct?
Formation lap is turned off because of the recent bugs that have been going around in regards to the formation lap.
Yep.
So we'll be directly off into racing and no formation lap.
Yep, it's gonna be an interesting start. Hopefully everyone keeps it clean through turn 1 and turn 3. Hoping to see some nice battling here. I mean, as long as you're in a DRS train, you can just keep the pace going, keep up with the pack. It's gonna be very hard to catch up to everyone else if you're not in that DRS, so very vital in this race.
Definitely. We'll see.
Quite like Monza and Bahrain, you know, so many high speed corners, so many high speed runs through there, so DRS is a very important thing to keep during the race.
Certainly,
So we'll see.
and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. Mods gets a very good start. There's an Alfa Romeo in the back. I think that's Wins gets a very good start. They're going 3 wide into turn 1. The Alfa Romeo hits, and there's a huge collision in the back. There's a big
Benny's
crash.
hitting Nicky in the
Yellow
back.
flags in sector 1. There's a bit of damage. Let's see what's happened here. Does anyone have any damage? By the looks of it, not really.
SHG Josh
Button, though.
missing a wing end plate.
Josh is missing wing end plate, although Button has damage, red wing. So I think there was some sort of contact between them. There was loads of cars just hitting each other. Here's Hado trying to send a move on Alex. He locks up. They're trying to do. They're going side by side
Nicky
right
and
now.
Jensen.
And they sort of have contact. Nicky and Jensen up on the top. They're still fighting. There's yellow flags. And let's see, that's Ginger Ninja who's been left behind. He has had contact with someone. Let's go up the field. They're going side by side. Alex and Benny. Predator is now joining this fight. Let's see. He's past Hader now. He's trying to make a move on Alex currently. Pulls up to the side. Thinks the better of it. Does not make the move. But although I think Benny has some sort of damage, yeah, he is pulling into the pits. Interesting.
Few cars pulling into the pits already. You know, you don't win on that one. You just gotta keep it clean. Gotta be careful.
I mean, this is interesting. Alex has made a move on Predator. I mean, he is defending from Predator. Predator tried to make a move right here. Although let's just point this out that Mod's boy is about a second and a half ahead of Nicky, so he has an absolutely amazing first lap here. Let's see, Vince David, will he be making a move? No, but they are certainly still very close to each other right here.
Yep, Nicky was a little busy
these
with
cars-
Jensen during lap 1. So he's just
Yeah,
he's
no
also
wonder
a bit of
he's
time
dropped
once.
off.
But it seems like
Certainly
he's
no wonder he's dropped off.
yeah.
And And there's yellow flags in Sector 1. I think that's Benny. That is Benny, and he's lost a wing now. He's not had a very good first lap right here. I'm sorry, but let me just quickly get the position change up. Benny's had the worst start over here out of everyone. He's down 10 positions, and now he's broken wings, so he's going to be far last right here. Let's enable the telemetry lap data. Let's bring that on. Let's see. Interesting choice here for the drivers. Benny was a new heart, so I think he just lost traction coming out of the pits. Hado has pit. Yet again, I think he has some sort of damage, although Lasse is fighting now here. We did see a few position changes going on, not sure what's happened here. Alex is still defending from Predator. These guys are starting to form their own little train back here, although the train really starts at mods. These guys are still fairly close to each other, so do not discount anyone. At this point, if anyone makes a mistake, they're going to be falling far back on this train right here. And so it is very crucial that they do save their ERS, although most of the drivers look like they have deployed a majority of it. Mods on about 60%. Nikki Jensen is down onto the 30s. However, Vince is still fine on his ERS, 70% just about. So is Hitman. So let's see over here. Most of these drivers do have a fair amount of ERS left in them. So I think what they're doing over here is just sitting behind on the DRS. Saving their ERS, and there's a Sponge Hugo, and he's crashed out. I don't think we'll be able to go on board, but it's only 3 laps, and Hugo's already crashed out. That's not a very good start to the season for Hugo.
Yeah, and looks like Ginger Ninja is actually making quite a comeback here, up to 11th place thanks to the early contact. Nikki tried to keep the same gap to mods. He wants to get into that second gap just to get the DRS, because I know DRS is enabled now. One thing we do need to realize about this track is that penalties are very important. You've seen a lot of wins come down to the final lap, not just because of track position, but because of penalties. So it'd be very interesting to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, definitely. Penalties are a very crucial part of this track over here in terms of the racing, because if you get a fair few of them, you're certainly going to be dropping a lot of positions, considering that the field spread is fairly low here and the drivers are fairly close to each other. Although it does look like Alex, Predator and Toon fighting has pulled them away from the group of, Lasse, Chris and such. Essentially, they're falling away from the lead pack here. Although, let's see, Mod's right here, and I think he's already lapping Benny right here. In just 5 laps in.
Yeah, sorry, just getting a little caught up on my Discord. But yeah, looks like it's not a huge spread going through the top 10. Just after G Ninja, 7.8 seconds behind P10, which is Tunachi. As Benny's just the fastest lap of the race, but he won't get any points for it as right now because he's at P17.
Certainly, but as I did mention earlier, Benny looks like he's getting lapped right now. It's only been about 6 laps into this race. This is not a very good start for him either. And here's Lasse, who sends it down the inside of Maka. They're still going side by side. Who will get the better exit? It looks like Maka has had a lot of grip. He's coming back now, has the DRS. They're both using their ERS. Although it looks like Lasse is out of it, but he does have a lot more straight line. He's trying to send around the outside, tries for the switchback. Switchback does fail for him though. They're still trying to fight over here. Chris has a lot more ERS than Track right here. So it'll be interesting to see if he uses it all. Of course, the overtaking opportunities are now over for these guys. They have to wait until, of course, the start of the next lap. Although that was very close between the two of them. However, Vince is right on the back of Jensen right here on the top. Let's change this detail to tires, as we can see both of them starting on the mediums. Ooh, that's quite aggressive defending from Jensen. Blocks Vince off over here. And why don't you take us on board this fight?
Yeah, it just would be a small move going into trying to overtake someone into turn 1, as you can have the DRS advantage coming out of the turn. But, oh wow,
Vince has sent it
here comes
down
Vince.
the inside. Hitman
DRS
trying to
over.
follow the both of them.
Jensen not wanting to use the DRS. He knows
He is
just no
squeezed
use.
Hitman though, and Hitman's now sent it down the inside of Jensen. They're going side by side, although it's very close right here. But yeah, Hitman's made the move down. This is a fight for P3, so this is still fairly crucial since it is a podium fight right here.
Yeah, but while this is going on, the top two are starting to move away from each other. Starting to move away from the back.
Are closing in. Yeah, I mean they've been putting in a very good lap times right here, and they're pulling away. Well, let's stay focused on this fight for now. Looks like someone tried the Daniel Ricciardo trick back there, putting the dirt onto the drivers. Although I don't think anyone's using cockpit cam here, so it's not really going to be that effective. But yeah, here's Hitman. He's using his ERS to try and gain on Vince. Will it be effective? I mean, he is closing in a lot. Will it be enough? Certainly isn't enough.
Because Predator down the inside the turn 1, turn 2. Sorry, this is turn 3. Predator looks like he's got the move done. He's still got the DRS advantage. I think Alex is just going to give this one up.
Yep, he certainly has. Over here, let's go on board Vince, who's now passed by Hitman. We missed the 45 and Vince loses the back of his car. Does Jensen have damage because of that? They were fairly close to each other. Vince, as I said earlier, if you spin, you're going to be falling right far back. And he's down into P10, all the way from P3 to P10 in just about half a lap right here. This has not gone well for him.
Needs to be careful with the throttle, because one little slip up, he's just going to spin the car again. His tires are very hot.
And as Ginger Ninja has passed him, he is still doing fairly decent, and he is pulling in slowly into the top 10 more and more. So perhaps later down the race we could see Ginger Ninja fighting for one of the top 8 positions, I believe.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Yes, certainly. Also,
Alex,
I know we should be knowing this already.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep, I'll go on both them. We should be knowing this already, but could you quickly check if we need to pull these drivers in for podium interviews or not?
Oh, yes, I'll do that just now.
Alright, while he's doing that, I'll keep you guys occupied with my commentary and Vince. I think he's lost a bit of tire time. Certainly, I mean, looking at his dashboard right here, it looks, I mean, they're still fairly hot. About 100 degrees plus, so yeah, I mean, he's got to, I think he has to, get out of the dirty air of Ninja, slow down a bit, cool his tires down slightly, be careful on the throttle. I mean, he is being careful on the throttle right now, but yeah, less aggressive with the inputs perhaps, and just, relax a little bit, cool the tires down and go for it again. It is a long race. So there's no need to absolutely rush everything, although Benny is on softs. He's been on softs for 6 laps. Definitely a good strategy for him. He's going about Alex now. These guys are still trying to fight over here. Alex pulling in on Predator, and there's yellow flags in sector 1. Who is that? Is that Vince again?
It is Vincent.
No, that's Benny. No, that's Benny. Benny had a bit of a moment here, but now that just means he's lapped again. Those tires are 6 laps old. The softs, they didn't last at all in the race, so that's his race essentially over. The second he went on the softs. Chris right here, very close on Crack. Although Toon is far closer on Alex than Alex is on Predator. So it looks like these guys are still fighting for that P7 position. I mean, essentially at the end of the day, they are slowing each other down. So I don't think they'll be able to reach the top 6 positions here if they continue fighting like this. Actually, I think they should work with each other to pull away. But I mean, they don't really have any competition behind them. So whatever points they could get, they will, trying to be getting that. Predator is fairly lower on the ERS, although Alex has about 30% more. Although Toon matches Predator about 40%, and Vince. And that is Ginger Ninja spun. And no. I think synonymous, you have cost.
Oh right man. Oh Jesus. No, I didn't mean for it to happen like this.
Not good for him.
Chris and last year though.
Yeah, I mean, he could still recover. The race was count over. Toon Archie has fallen a bit back through the first sector.
Chris, great
just
switch
means
back
Alex
on last
is...
here. Is he gonna stay around the outside? Yes, he is. Oh, if he can
yeah,
pull
that's
this
a
off,
good
this would
turn.
be mega.
Round
Too
the
wide.
outside.
Oh my goodness. And Chris gets the position. Wow. Incredible racing.
That was very, very good.
Oh, but
clean racing right there. Although Benny has spun yet again. Benny has spun yet again. That's not a very good race for the Alfa Romeo boys today. Let's again go on board Alex and Predator since they are quite close to each other. Although we will be keeping an eye on Lasse and Chris. So the fight goes on. Although Lasse is very close.
Interrupt you, there is a battle for P1 at the moment between Nikki and Mods.
Oh yeah, I've just realized Nikki is really putting the lap times here and he's closed a lot in, and of course the lead battle takes a lot more priority than the others. Mods has a lot more battery. Nikki is trying to send down the outside, does late brake.
Brave on the brakes.
Although Mods has a much better line as Thomas gets the first penalty over here. Mods keeps it just about ahead. Yeah, that was very close. I mean, these people are still very close to each other, and considering that Nikki probably used a lot of his ERS to close in, he is kind of struggling right now since he essentially has nothing to attack with, although Mods has a lot to defend with here. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye out, and of course there is yellow flags again for Benny. What can we say? Not a very good race. Mods weaving to break the slipstream right here. Nikki's closing in certainly. Of course not enough on the first straight. After turn 1, let's see. Does have the DRS, but his ERS being very low and is going him down. Turns off the DRS. Going into turn 3.
Now I do respect Benny for not just disconnecting, waiting to see what happens. But yeah, it's been a very lucky weekend for him for the first round.
Certainly, although Nikki looking down the inside doesn't go for the things better. He was too far back to continue on Sylvanus.
Well, I think Nicky knows what he's doing here. I mean, he doesn't want to squabble because it'll bring Hitman back into the frame here. But I think this DRS train they got between the two is going to be pretty important for them. I don't think Nicky's going to want to jeopardize that in any way. But who knows, he might just open move and start leading the train.
Certainly, but I would also like to remind you, if these guys keep fighting like this, that puts Hitman and Jensen in a very good contention since they're pretty close.
Also
these
gives us
guys
some
fighting
content
could cost
to
them
talk about.
loads of lap time. Yeah, certainly. But yeah, them fighting each other is going to slow
Jensen
down
with a
a lot.
time
As
penalty.
Jensen now gets 3 seconds. That's not going to help him out in the long term at all.
That's
Nikki closes in.
very
Nicky
important.
is very close to Mods, although gets a very poor exit. It's not going to help out here unless he has a lot of straight line. And he is closing in. He doesn't have a lot of straight line. Will he have enough road though? Looks on the inside. Nope, thinks the better fit. Although, wow, very close under the brakes. Nicky is giving it his all to try and make the move on Mods. Although Mods has a lot more DRS. So he could just use it up on the straights, save it through the corners, use it up on the straights, and he'll still be ahead.
The start for 7th is starting to be a little more tense here. The Haas putting the McLaren under pressure through turn 3 and turn 4, so it looks like Tunarchi's got something hidden up his sleeve.
Jones has 3 seconds. Definitely, and yeah, this fight is still getting close. And what is that? Wins. That is wins. Wins has spun.
So unlucky for the Alpha duo.
Ginger Ninja passes him again up into P10.
Let's go.
Nicky still closing in onto him. And that's Jensen who spun now. Oh my god, I think we're just sitting here cursing these drivers. We should not be talking well about them, although we would love to. But yeah, this is not helping them at all. And I will take note over here.
Just goes very wide into turn 3. Oh, this is going to bring his teammate and
now.
Alex. Speaking of Alex, he's going for the move on the Aston Martin here.
Gets the move done. I mean, Predator Jensen just spun.
Oh, goes wide.
He has a broken end plate. Goes wide again. He does have a broken end plate. And what's happened to Nicky? He's fallen a second back.
Looks like Mods has got more pace up his sleeve than we really thought. I might just be trying to break
Or
away because
perhaps
he's still
Nicky
for a
just-
pit stop.
Certainly, and oh well, there's a very good fight going on in the back here between P12, 13 and 14. Very interesting. Josh sends it down the inside very bravely, although goes off wide. Thomas is wheel banging with him. This is still wheel banging.
Clean, was
Maybe they shouldn't be
clean.
doing that. Perhaps anyone could damage. And now they're going side by side through these corners. Thomas gets pushed off wide. Josh makes it past him again. This is very close. As Jensen pulls off into the pits for us. And yeah, this is very, very close racing. Thomas is right on Josh over here, and now these guys are, basically getting separated. I don't think Thomas will be going for a move on Josh right here, since it's way more beneficial to make a move on the next straight. Although Josh, I think, does have DRS over here, so it's not going to be an easy pass for Thomas. Both of them using up their ERS and DRS, although Josh has just slightly more ERS and he's not dumping it. Whereas Thomas was down into 0%, and have a slight contact right there, and Josh gets pushed off slightly, and that's essentially costed him, and that will definitely be reported if Thomas doesn't give that position back.
Oh no, Tunachi spun it. He's in P8.
Tunachi has spun.
Looks like he's going to keep the
Pit.
position either way, but very unlucky. He was
Pits.
he was in the battle for 6th.
Yeah, but I mean, if Tunashi was trying to make an overcut over here on Predator, it's not going to help him out in the slightest, because he just spun, whereas he could have pulled away about 18 or so seconds. Is that Jensen again? That is Jensen again, who did cause yellow flags. He did go off as seeing the dirt on his tires. I think a fair few drivers will be pulling into the pits now to get their tires changed. And is that Predator? No, that's Jensen again.
He spun it. No, he was in 9th place.
Oh no, I mean, Jensen, you need to cool down, buddy. This is not gonna help you out. And that's Vince, who spun yet again.
Sorry, did you think I was talking about
Although he is
Jensen?
on track. Jensen did spin, but Vince spun again.
I guess the names sound familiar. I was talking about Vince out of turn 3.
But yeah, I mean, Jensen did spin again, but Vince also spun again. So yeah, both of them spun again. But yeah, Josh Thomas has pulled away about 6/10 over here on Josh, 7/10 now. So yeah, it looks like Thomas has a lot more pace compared to Josh. Perhaps Josh will be looking to pull off an undercut. No, he isn't, and that is someone spun yet again.
Yeah, well, the thing about Austria is
Jensen.
very hard to warm up here once you come out of the pits. So you want to.
And Jensen spun again while on the dirt.
He's really thrown this one away. It's very unfortunate.
Certainly, and as Crack now gets 3 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I guess we've just cursed a fair few drivers here, and they have all the right to blame us for such. As Josh sends one down the inside on the exit. They're going side by side, although Thomas with a lot more straight line. Josh now going side by side with Thomas. Josh having a lot more ERS than Thomas, squeezes him off wide, although makes the move done. Now Jensen's retired!
Well, at least he's
Jensen
done it
has
in the
retired.
pits.
He has done it in the pits, but yeah, that was a very, very disappointing race for Jensen.
It is very
I mean, it started off well, and Josh has spun!
No!
I
Unbelievable
don't think we should
scenes.
commentate anymore at all, because whoever we talk about...
I'm sorry,
ends up
mate. I'm
spinning.
sorry, but we have to keep it going. The commentary must go on. This is what the people love to
Comedy must
see.
go on, but we hate cursing these drivers and look like someone spun. That's Benny who spun, who's on his, I believe, 3rd set of soft tires. So of course, I mean, he's just trying to push for fastest lap over and over again to make sure that, if he can't get the point, nobody else can. And Josh has got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Will he retire in the pit lane? I hope not. Nope, he's not, but he's going on to softs for 16 more laps. That's interesting. I haven't... I didn't expect that, since the softs probably won't last for anything more than about 5 laps.
It's very spin prone after 10 laps, so I don't. It seems impossible to me, but yeah, we'll see if he goes for another stop.
Yeah, Benny's finally passed Jensen. Benny, of course, is not having a very good race in this yellow flag in sector 2 or 3, please.
Yeah, this top 3 battle is pretty much the closest battle you've got going on right now.
That was Thomas who spun.
Oh, Thomas?
Thomas spun in sector 2. There was yellow flags for Thomas, I believe.
Yeah, P1
Oof.
Mods' teammates finding it pretty tricky around this track or this weekend. So.
And Vince pulled away, and he's just let Button by.
Yeah, the McLaren duo looks very mighty this weekend, so very great pairing we've seen so far.
Certainly, I think Alex just has poor qualifying pace, but he's done fairly well in the race. Let's look at the position change. Yeah, Alex has moved up 4 positions from the start. Although your buddy Ginger Ninja has pulled up a lot more. Is that Hitman who spun? That is Hitman who spun.
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
This is a really not good look on us, since we really don't mean to curse any of these drivers. And it's going to be very cloudy if you've noticed. So perhaps the last 10 laps are going to be raining.
Oh my goodness, this is turning out to be quite the interesting race. I mean,
of course, it could just turn cloudy and not rain, and I think that's Vince who spun again. No, that's Benny who spun again.
You know, what's interesting is I do know mediums to softs is not a bad strategy here, so I think these guys are going to try to stretch those mediums out to maybe 10 laps on the softs.
Unless it rains.
Unless it rains.
I mean, of course, maybe
that's why they're stretching it out.
We don't know.
Maybe Mark's telling them, you know, rain's coming in about 5 minutes.
That certainly could be why these drivers are on hards. They started on hards because they expected to last longer than the mediums. Although of course Mods and Nikki just have a lot more pace, and Nikki is closing in again on Mods. Mods is a lot lesser on the ARS. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Nikki's starting to make a little bit more ground on Mods.
And that's Vince who's lapping his teammate Benny, who just spun yet again. And I don't know why, but Benny's timer for me is not updating from 1 minute 33.5, the gap, the interval. And that's Predator who's made a move on Ginger Ninja here. Your buddy's moved down a position, although now Ginger Ninja is going to be coming back at Predator. He's not using his ERS for whatever reason.
Once more.
Alright, but that's really not important right now, since Predator is on 5, he's essentially on 15 lap fresher tires, 16 lap fresher tires. So I guess that was a fairly easy move.
But
and
remember,
now Benny gets 3 seconds.
Predator has 8 time penalties, so pretty much his position doesn't mean anything at the moment. But as long as you can extend that gap to 3 seconds, you'll be in the clear.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the fresher hards are definitely faster. As Crack in the Alpine pits now. I wonder what will he be going for. Also, could we get an update on the interview stuff, please?
I have not gotten word from the moderators, so at the moment doesn't look like it'll happen.
Crack got held up in the pits for a fair while here. I think we should invite them anyway, since it will be uploaded later onto YouTube. Let's not let the YouTube views miss out on this. Let's just call them in anyways. And Nikki is now within a second of Mods. Alex is past Hitman. All the Hitmans are now coming back on Alex, of course. Alex on hards. I think they should be lasting longer and should currently be faster than the mediums. I guess we are wrong, since the mediums are still fairly quicker. Hitman, who did spin from P3, now trying to charge back into the same position.
Raindrops are showing.
Raindrops
are
where?
starting to starting to fall.
Oh, yeah, they are. So we could see the last 10 laps being in the wets as Benny gets 5 seconds of speed in the pit lane. Benny has finally retired from the race.
Ooh, it's already on the intermediates.
He's trying to get a move on Mods. I think he's getting really, really desperate right now, since if you're ahead in the wets, it's essentially some
Hitman losing the rear end out of the first turn as well, so that's...
Yeah, and as you can see, Vince has pulled off an undercut of some sort, and he's on inters already.
I mean, maybe he's hoping this will
inters.
bring him back in somewhat, but I think it might be a little too early for the intermediates. Who knows? We're on the track, so it's pretty much up to the drivers.
certainly. I mean, it is starting to, fill up the track little by little. Although Vince is gaining a lot of time over here.
But
And
watch
there's someone who spun.
Watch Nick Mods here.
That's Josh who spun, and he does not have wings. He has got a red wing. He's still on board Mods, so Nicky is still very close to Mods, although Nicky will be very, very desperate right now because he really wants to get ahead of Mods, because in the rain it'll essentially become impossible to pass. So the driver ahead is essentially guaranteed to win unless they have a penalty. There's yellow flags in sector 2. I think there's Josh who spun off yet again. Nicky is still trying to make a move, still very desperate on the Mods. Does have a lot more ERS. He wasn't using it, although now the both of them are under 10%. Loose Crack is coming on Ginger Ninja now. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. There are so many fights going on the track. Although, of course, as usual, the lead battle does take priority. Although I think Crack is certainly pass ahead. And Josh has now retired, so that is about 4 retirees in this race. And I think Vince has spun off somewhere because his gap went from about 5 seconds to 22, so I think maybe that move wasn't the best.
What's interesting here
now
is
in the pits, he's going to softs.
As Vince is the only person on the intermediates, it looks like he's actually catching up to Peter, taking on those intermediates. So how they're kind of working.
Perhaps they are. There's yellow flag in sector 2 and 3 as Nicky now pulls into the pits. Let's see what will he be going on to.
This will determine a race win or race failure.
And he's going on to softs. So perhaps, maybe it will be drizzling, but the drivers don't think it'll be enough to cause, to give them a reason to change on to inters. Although Vince is gaining a lot of time right now on his tires, and even Thomas has pulled off. Hitman's now pulling into the pits. He is going on to a fresh set of hards. I don't know why he's done that. That's not going to help him out at all. Especially considering there's only about 10 laps left.
Yeah, hards are not the move with 10 laps left.
Nicky's out here on cold tires. He sends one down the inside of Toon Archie, although he is on fresher softs. But
very
of course,
fresh
his tires are cold, so he will be struggling here and there. But that was a very impressive move considering most of the drivers struggle. And now your buddy Ginger Ninja is on enters. And there's definitely team orders because Alex has just let him by. Nicky's back onto the podium, finishing positions now. Now it comes down to Alex to defend of Toon to make sure that he does not go off and try to attack his teammate. Although I don't think he will be, considering they're yet to sub. Button now gets 3 seconds, and now the bottom half are on those tires. And Mods is now spun.
Oh no,
Mods is spun.
Oh my goodness.
That
what do we
puts
see
Chris in the
here?
lead with Nicky on fresh softs and his teammate Alex, who's now pulling off into the pits. Tunarchi follows him in. These guys are yet to stop. Will they be going on to enters? Tunarchi enters the pits sideways because he goes onto the grass.
It was just one lap too much.
In the last few laps over here, the last about 10 laps, Alex goes on to enters. Mods, what will he be going on to? Let's see. Mods is going on to a fresh pair of softs. Although most of these drivers are, I think, they're fairly confused between a pair of softs as well as inters. Although Mods boy, we really feel bad for him because he was in a very good position to win, and now he's just fallen back down into P8.
It was just one lap too many. I think I might have seen a rear puncture on those tires because, I mean, the mediums do start to get over 70%
Chris
around.
Packer, our leader, has now left the session. Sorry for interrupting you now.
Oh,
but
good.
This is just not sure what's happening over here. But look at the track. If you go on board a drive, you can see the track is very bad.
Oh, it's definitely
I think
intermediate
it
conditions,
is
I think.
certainly time for intermediates. These soft runners are struggling even though they are on softs, and as we can see, Nicky pulls off into the pits. Chris is AI driver pulls off into the pits. I think Crack will also be pulling into the pits here. Whoever stayed out will be pulling into the pits over here, and I think this is a very good opportunity for Alex.
You said Chris
take the
disconnected,
lead over
right?
here. Yeah, Chris has disconnected.
Oh, well, this
His
AI
has
is.
gone on to mediums.
Yeah, his AI has put it on
His AI has gone
mediums.
on to mediums.
Oh my goodness.
Alex, will he be able to pull off an undercut on his teammate, or will his teammate overcut him? I think his
So
teammate has overcut him.
unfortunate.
This could be a McLaren 1-2 right here.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was mentioning McLaren had a very good pairing, but my goodness, they were pretty good on the strategy as well.
I can't help but smile. Your teammate is, your buddy is past Ginger Ninja. Your buddy has passed now. Button, the final driver to be pulling in for Inters now. The whole grid is on Inters, and as Nikki makes a move on the disconnected car of
Can Ginger
race,
get past Monster? Well, almost.
DRS is now disabled, so now this is certainly the Pro gets 3 seconds. My buddy is not doing a good job in this race. Your buddy, in the other hand, is up into P9.
Yeah, it's way better than what he started out in. He was, what, last place? At the start of this Grand Prix?
No.
It wasn't.
Definitely not. But yeah, I mean, it's still not a good race considering I know his potential, his capabilities.
Yes, he was last place actually. At the moment, Predator has the most position changes, so he's up 10 places. Chris Mack is pitting again.
Okay, but it's for Inters now, so
he's joined now. Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah.
He's only joined now. He's gonna be so heartbroken to see that he's down into P5. Perhaps P6. He's now into P6. Moz now gets 3 seconds.
Oh goodness.
No. I can't help but smile in shame since we have cursed a very, very good driver right here. I hate to do this, but I mean, it is what it is. This race was very interesting from the qualifying. We were very close in the qualifying, although in the race we did see a fair few trains forming here and there, but they're still fairly close within each other, about 10 seconds from the lead. And then it just all fell apart, especially with the changing conditions and a few incidents here and there with a few spins, these drivers making mistakes. And now that's put Nikki and Alex up into the lead. Let's quickly look at their position change. Nikki has gone up into, has moved up positions, whereas Alex... What's happened? Ginger Ninja has now spun.
Oh, but he's reset the track. I don't know if that'll be any infringement there.
Well, I think someone will be reporting him because I didn't catch it on stream. So if nobody caught it, well, he's in the clear, unfortunately. Although I will remind the viewers, resetting the track in any way, shape, or form is not allowed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, Nikki moved up 4 positions. I think he started P4. He's up into P1. Alex has moved up 8 positions. This is looking a very, very clear 1 and 2 for McLaren. Although I have to give it to Toon Archie as well as Predator. Toon Archie, of course, moving up 9 positions up onto the podium. Predator up into P11. These guys have had a very, very good race right here. I mean, there's not much going on in the front, and the close people we have here is Pri and Ginger Ninja, although I'm on board Pri and it's showing me Ginger Ninja, so I think this game is slightly bugged. Okay, it's connected itself.
Yeah, these drivers have definitely felt the pressure, but it's all about how you act in it. And clearly we've seen some unfortunate scenes from the top 3 that were the top 3. But Nikki pretty much come out on top there, yeah.
Doesn't feel right to say were the top 3, no? Because, I mean, these guys did, very well in the qualifying. They did fairly well. And there goes Ginger Ninja again.
Well, top 3 meaning, before the piss-off action happened. And the rain came out.
Yes, certainly. But yeah, I guess that's it.
My goodness, you just get forward about 10 laps and this is what you get. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah, a lot changed in the matter of about 10 to 15 laps. Although now Chris Mack, all he's trying to do is now, salvage as much positions as he can. Although he does have a 3-second time penalty.
I mean, it just goes to show anything can happen in these races. Anything can happen.
Definitely. I mean, just because, you see someone on pole doesn't mean they're going to stay on there.
Oh, of course
but yeah, all of our drivers have kept it fairly clean. Majority of the drivers do not have penalties, although whoever does have a penalty only has 3 seconds. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yep, and yeah, these conditions have definitely proven to be tricky for some drivers. But yeah, McLaren a 1-2, Moss gets another penalty, so that's
I
not
just
gonna be
have
good.
to say that none of them have gotten 6 seconds because now Mods out of everyone has gotten 6 seconds. I mean, yeah, we've royally cursed him away. And Hitman has retired, coming out of the final corner. Would it be a
Oh
safety
my
car?
goodness.
I think it is a
It
safety
is a
car
safety
because
car.
it says
It
yellow
is
flag
a
sector
safety
1, 2,
car.
and 3. Full course caution. We can see on the board right there. Safety car. That's a full course caution.
Goodness.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's gonna be about a 5-6 lap battle
Oh,
around here. And
this is going to be
Hitman's car, I think
incredible.
Hitman just lost it coming out of the final corner. Vince has now pit for not sure what, but he has pit.
So at this point,
And
who knows who's going to win? Who knows who's going to win?
definitely, I mean, this bunches up Alex and Nikki, but of course, I think Nikki being the faster driver here, I think there's going to be some team orders going on where I think Nikki is telling Alex to be like, yo, do a Carlos Sainz, bunch up the rest of the pack, let me go. And then let's just hope there's no stop inventing coming out of Alex's mouth, because that could really ruin the McLaren's race here, who have really fought back from the field up into P1 and 2 respectively. So let's just hope that the both of them work together and pull away from Toon Archie, who's still looking in a very, very solid contention to win here.
Yeah,
The others perhaps not.
yeah, Chris had the unfortunate disconnect, but this has really brought him back again. So, I mean,
Definitely. I mean, this is going to help him. I mean, he was catching the drivers ahead. I mean, of course, the max he could be fighting here for is P4. Although considering that he got disconnected at a very, very crucial stage of the race, I think he would absolutely take it.
oh, absolutely. This will definitely be an up for him.
Okay, so this. Okay, so okay. I apologize. I got a bit confused over here. I thought. I thought that all of the drivers were low on fuel, although it does show that indicator when you're under the safety car.
Yeah.
Let me get, is that the Aston Martin safety car? Oh, I love the sound of the Aston Martin safety car. It is a shame we can't go on board it. But yeah, I guess we could just hear it as it passes by the cameras.
Yeah, at the moment, Haas and McLaren, a pretty nice team here. Definitely going to be hauling in some good points if this is how it stands. But yeah, I mean, it's tough because Mercedes looked like they were going to have a great, well, you know what I mean. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little confused. My brain is a little fried.
I think it's happening to both of us right now, since we didn't expect this to happen.
It's just so much going on.
At all. Exactly. And there's somebody in the chat supporting Predator Red over here, although he does have 3-second time penalties. So unless somehow he can pull a lot of pace out of him and just pull away from the top 3 by about 3 seconds, I don't think that's a podium guaranteed, unless
I mean, unless he's got some
someone
Max
from the
Verstappen
top
genes
3.
in him, maybe he can pull it off.
Perhaps he could, or unless one of the top 3, for whatever reason make a mistake. I don't think they are going to, and I'm probably cursing them by saying this, but I don't think they're going to. And I'm pretty sure that the order is going to remain as is. And safety car is in this lap. Vince hasn't caught up. Thomas hasn't caught up. What's going on here? I guess the safety car just isn't bothered about Thomas and Vince, although we do care about a lot. We do care about them.
It does usually
The
go.
safety car clearly doesn't.
It usually just goes in regardless, because I mean, you're gonna have 2 laps of racing here, so there's nothing else the safety car can really do.
To be fair, we're just going to be staying on board Nicky to see when he goes. He is weaving. Actually, we're on board Alex. He is weaving. I'm pretty sure there is a hold them up, bunch them up going on. And as Nicky has gone now, I don't think anyone's got a good side. I mean, certainly not Toon Archie. Predators coming right up onto
Very
Toon
good
Archie
getaway
right
from
here.
Nicky.
Toon Archie is coming up onto Alex. I think Alex is trying to do the teamwork here and slow the rest down. Predator looks down the inside. Mod's boy is making a move on Chris. They're being side by side, and there's a slight contact. Chris goes off wide because of the contact. Mod's boy is loose on the exit because of it. The Pro goes up a couple of positions. There's a fair few, and they're going 3 wide back there between Button and Thomas and Chris. Chris is falling back down a lot, and they're getting sandwiched right here. Thomas is getting sandwiched between both the Mercedes.
Ninja!
It's very close. There's a fight between the two of them. right here, both the Mercedes, as we can see right here. Yeah, well, Button backs off. He lets Chris stay ahead, although I think he'll be trying to attack him. Moz Boy is now right on the back of Crack. Although Moz Boy does have 6 seconds of time penalties. Now Vince is right on the back of Button. This is very close, and of course, as you can see, Nicky has pulled away just about 1.7 seconds from Alex. 1.8 seconds now. Alex really doing the teamwork right here. Although Vince has now passed Button. Button has
just
lost a
pissing
lot of
last
space.
smoker here.
Yeah, let's go on board Moz here. Very close between the Alpine as well as the Williams.
Oh no!
That was Crack!
I don't know.
Not Last.
I don't know if Mod
there
put
was
under
a
pressure.
negative
I don't know if Last had a
Maybe
little.
he lost it on the exit
Oh.
since it's very tricky right there. Hader looks down the inside of Mods but doesn't go for the move.
Mod might have hit it in
Mod's
the rear.
still ahead. Perhaps we'll have to wait for the stewards to check that out if it does get reported. Although right here, Predator is right on Alex. Alex certainly doing the teamwork right here. He's holding off Predator well.
Just noticed Predator getting past Archie here. Yeah, Mod's right on the back of Archie as well.
Archie,
Oh wow!
Archie has lost a lot of his. Moss trying to go around the outside. Archie covers him off. Now he's trying to go around the inside. Doesn't work out for him.
He's very keen to get on with it as he has time penalties.
Certainly, I mean, he does have 6-second time penalties. Mods does. So he'll be looking to make up as many positions as possible. Although Predator and Alex fighting is
Just
really
realized it's
pulling
the
them in.
last lap.
Although Nicky crosses the line and wins. We didn't even finish his last lap. He's run down the line. Alex is up to be through. Mods, boy,
What have you done?
No.
Mods.
No.
Well, I mean,
Oh my god.
oh my goodness.
He crossed the line. I think he retired before he
Nope,
crossed the line.
it was
He
before.
crossed the DNF.
It was way before the line, so he
What
won't
a race
count.
that was! There was so much action we didn't even realize it was the last lap.
Wow.
No wonder the drivers were eager. Ginger Ninja gets driver of the day.
That's
What a race
boy.
that was!
Wow. I mean, it was pretty dominant from Nicky, honestly. That was an incredible drive from him.
Certainly, in the last few laps, after Mod spun, Chris got disconnected. He really took charge of the race right here. As here he comes up onto the podium. It'd be nice if we could get those drivers in here. If you could invite the top 3 really quickly.
Yeah.
Of course, McLaren 1-2. So that was a very good race from both of the McLarens. Let's quickly check this race right here. Nicky started from P5, Alex started P10, Toon Archie started P12. What a race these guys have done right here. Hado, Ginger Ninja, Predator, Vince, Pre the Pro, Thomas, Chris, Button, Crack, Mods, RRL Hitman, Josh, Penny, Jensen, Hugo. What a race that was. And I believe we already have someone in here. I think that's Nicky.
Yeah, this is our race winner right here.
Our race winner right here, Nicky. Nicky, if you could include your audio, please, for the audience to hear your voice. Let me just turn you up a bit. And here's Toon Archie, our P3 driver. Are we waiting on Alex? Will he be joining us today?
I've sent him an invite, but we will see. We can get started with Nicky.
Right. I think we should take it from the back. I think we should start with Toon.
Alright. Toon, tell us about your race. How was the start? How was your pace? How did the conditions sort of confuse you? How did it all work out?
Well, qualifying was a bit average. P12, I think I got. Off the start, I was just trying to be cautious because I know with the cold tyres there could be a few instances, and there were. And me, Predator, and Alex, we were just as a 3 for pretty much the whole race. And then Predator boxed some mediums earlier, and I actually spun on the exit of the last corner. But I managed to hold position, but I knew there was rain coming, so I just stick to the hard tyres, and I think it's like lap 28, 29, I got the call to pit for Inters, so I went in. I didn't feel like I had the greatest pace, but I knew people would have penalties, so I just tried to be cautious, not get penalties, and I managed to get a podium.
Yeah, it was a very, very good result from you. Little safety car coming out towards the end of the race, so brought the whole bunch up, but you managed to hold on to P3. I knew you had a little battle with a Predator there, but I think you had a time penalty, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 3 seconds, so I figured he was faster, so I may as well let him through and not maybe spin and lose even more positions, so I figured that would be the best option.
Yeah, that was pretty smart by you. And I say we move on to
I actually do have a question for Toon, surprisingly.
start. Go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations on the podium, Toon, first
Yeah.
of all, and perhaps you were fairly close. You were about 2 seconds to Alex up in P2. I mean, of course, the safety car, I guess, would have been a very good sort of saving grace for you, since you probably had a chance to fight for the win. So, did you think perhaps you could get past Alex, or did you think that the McLaren teamwork was quite strong, would be quite strong, and perhaps you would remain in P3?
Yeah, I think Nick was really, really fast up front. There's no way he's going to get P1. But Alex, I think we had very similar pace, so I didn't think I'd be able to overtake him in the Inters, because it's just so hard to overtake in the wet with similar pace. I figured stay P3 and just get the podium.
Fair enough then. Again, congratulations on your podium. It's a very good start to the season for you, so let's hope you continue on with this trend throughout the rest of the season. Since we do not have Alex over here, we'll move on to Nikki, our winner of today from McLaren. Hello, Nikki. So you started off in P5. I mean, of course, there was a little bit of a carnage ahead of you, loads of carnage behind you. Were you worried that perhaps into turn 1 you could be engulfed in the carnage, and perhaps it could ruin your race, because I mean you were looking quite strong on the pace throughout the race, regardless if you were in the top bunch or not? Fair enough. And during the safety car again, were you did you have any sort of communications with your teammate Alex? And perhaps you told him to just bunch up the field so that you could pull away a lot more, since you clearly had a lot more race pace than Alex.
Actually, I didn't have a communication with him.
Definitely a very good start for the season with the 1-2. You guys are going to be, of course, 1-2 in the standings because it's the start of the season. Although that does mean, loads of constructor points for you guys. So do you guys, of course, plan on, continuing with this form, perhaps, fight for the WCC? Yeah, definitely. We hope you do. Looking at from your confidence, we really hope you do. I mean, of course, we saw your race pace. It's like very quick, especially in the wet. So we are hoping it works out for you. That's it from me. Synonymous. If you have any questions, go ahead.
So talk about your battle with Mods. Unfortunately, he spun out later on in the race, but was it hard to get past him? Were you just trying to stick back, use the DRS to get away from the bunch? Tell us about that fight. I was looking at the live screen, and it looked like he had a rear puncture on that 25 lap hold. Yeah, it looks like he will be up there with ones to watch, as well as yourself, of course. Congrats on the win, and congrats to your teammate on the P2. And I'll hand it over to you, simply.
Yeah, that was a very interesting qualifying. Of course, all of the drives being, well within about a second of each other, if not just slightly over a second. Of course, going into the qualifying, considering that we're fairly new to this, and it's mine and Synonymous's first time commentating in WR. We had, we didn't know, we were basically clueless about, which driver had a lot of pace, but I think today speaks a lot, and we definitely do know who does have pace and who doesn't. Although, of course, the season's not over, the season's fairly long, so, at the end of the day, anyone could win this, considering that all of these guys are still fairly close within each other in terms of quali pace as well as race pace. But yeah, it just comes down to the penalties, it comes down to, who has lesser incidents, it comes down to, who keeps it clean throughout the race, who has a lot more consistency. I think that's it from the both of us. Do make sure to tune in next week at the same time, 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. Watch these guys fight it out yet again. Next week, I'm not sure of the race. Apologies for that, but yeah, we'll update you guys soon. Make sure to join our Discord server if you do wish to take part in these races yourself. If not, do make sure to follow us and turn on our notifications on this account as well as our main account, which is of course World Online Racing, just World Online Racing. Tune in to the main live events for higher tier races. But I don't have anything else to add, so make sure to follow Twitter as well. I forgot to add that. But yeah, that's it from me. That's it from Synonymous. That's it from Tier 8 Boys of Xbox. Starting off very well in Season 13. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a great evening ahead. And good night.